In the bustling town of Eldergrove, where adventurers gathered and tales of heroism were spun over tankards of ale, there lived a scrappy little dog named Bruce. With a wiry coat the color of autumn leaves and ears that perked up at the slightest sound, Bruce was no ordinary dog. He was the beloved companion of a young bard named Lyra. One crisp morning, as the sun filtered through the canopy of ancient trees, Lyra strummed her lute and sang of distant lands. Bruce, lying beside her, listened intently, his tail wagging with each melodic note. But the peaceful moment was interrupted by a frantic villager bursting into the square. "The goblins are attacking the north gate," the villager cried, panic in his voice. "They've taken our supplies and threatened to raid the town." Lyra's heart raced. She looked down at Bruce, who stood up, his eyes bright with determination. "What do you think, boy? Time for an adventure?" With a bark of agreement, Bruce and Lyra set off toward the north gate. As they approached, they spotted a group of bumbling goblins, each one more interested in squabbling with each other than paying attention to their surroundings. Lyra had an idea. She took a deep breath and began to play a lively tune on her lute, one that danced through the air and caught the goblins' attention. They stopped arguing and turned, confused by the enchanting sound. "Now, Bruce," she called. With a playful yip, Bruce dashed into the fray, weaving between the goblins' legs, barking joyfully as he distracted them. The goblins stumbled and tripped, unable to keep up with the spirited little dog. Lyra took her chance. She leapt into action, darting around the distracted goblins and snatching back the stolen supplies. Together, they danced through the chaos, Bruce nipping playfully at the goblins' heels while Lyra's music inspired the townsfolk to rally behind them. With a final triumphant bark, Bruce led the charge, and the villagers rushed forward, driving the goblins back in a flurry of bravery. The goblins, realizing they were outmatched, fled into the woods, their shouts fading into the distance. As the townsfolk cheered, Lyra knelt down, pulling Bruce into a joyful hug. "We did it, buddy. You were incredible." Bruce wagged his tail furiously, panting happily. He may have been just a little dog, but in that moment, he felt like a true hero. Together, they had not only saved the day but also strengthened the bond of friendship that would lead to many more adventures in the magical world of Dungeons and Dragons.